Welcome back to the channel, champions of Azeroth. Come dive deeper into the lore with me. Let's see where we left off in Azeroth, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay guys, we're back here in Stormwind. We just finished up Red Ridge Mountains, and now I think it's time to head into Duskwood and see what we can do about the Defias in Duskwood and in Westfall. Let's get into it. By order of His Royal Highness King Varian Wrynn, all able-bodied citizens of the Alliance are to report to Commander Athelia Ebenlock in Darkshire. The commander's watchmen are stretched thin, defending against marauder wolves and a band of wild worgen. They cannot hold out for long without your help. You can reach Darkshire in Duskwood by following the road south at the border between Elwyn and the Red Ridge Mountains, for the glory and honor of the Alliance. You are the help requested? Athelia sighs. I suppose you will do. I'm here because I received a letter from Brother Stalvin, who I haven't seen in years, on arriving here. I was told he was dead. The entire town refuses to offer any further explanation. Any mention of his name is met with terror and suspicion, as if I didn't have enough of that myself. I'm afraid of what will happen if my frustrations and anger grows any further. I beg you, help me get to the bottom of this. Implore Cleric Daltrey for any information he may have on my brother. Can I help you? Oh, what is a poor old man to do? I need some supplies from Darkshire, but the village is so far away, and I'm so old and feeble, I would never make the trip. Can you go to Darkshire and bring me back some ghost hair thread? You can get it from Madame Eva at her home on the Darkshire Square. Ah, ghost hair thread is what you need, is it? I'm afraid I have none in stock, but I can make some for you, if you can supply the ghost hair. There's a poor, sad spirit, Blind Mary, who haunts an old farmhouse in the hills south of Darkshire. Here, take this spectral comb and ask Blind Mary to comb her hair. Then bring back the comb, and I will glean from it the ghost hair I'll need for the thread. And take care, for dark things now lurk near that house. What is this, a comb? It's lovely, and glides through my hair as if it weren't the stiff, stringy horror that it is. Oh, if only I had a mirror. No, take it. Take this comb away from me. I'm a monster, and no one will ever think of me lovely again. I can make a spool of ghost hair thread with this, and have a few strands to spare. Here are some coins for those extra strands. Here's your thread, adventurer. It has 1,000 uses, from binding evil spirits to sewing life into inanimate objects. Delightful. This will do splendidly. Here, good adventurer, take this as payment for your honorable deed. I need a bottle of certain liquor, zombie juice. Tavern Keep Smiths at the Scarlet Raven Tavern in Darkshire should have some. And please hurry, adventurer. These nights get cold, and I need to drink to put fire in my veins again. You need some zombie juice, do you? That's some strong stuff. I don't usually get requests for that. If you bring me some rot blossoms, then I can brew you up a batch of zombie juice. Rot blossoms grow in strange places. They tend to flourish on dead things, and Duskwood has its fair share of those. I've seen a few of them growing at Tranquil Garden Cemetery lately. Check near the graves, but mind the dead that are walking about near there. Good, you got the rot blossom. I'll whip up the zombie juice. It's strong stuff, I warn you. Here's your zombie juice, and be careful with this stuff. It's strong enough to raise the dead. 1,000 thanks, adventurer. You warm an old man's heart with your with your kindness. Here you are, friend. Take this as a token of my gratitude. The dire wolves are the most common threat to townsfolk here. They lurk in the forest on all sides of us, though most are along the north bank of the river. These aren't the runt dogs you see in Elwyn, or wherever you came from. They're big as a man and twice as vicious. If you wish to assist the people of Darkshire, hunt the dire wolves so our streets can be safer. Don't go thinking that was too easy. Far greater dangers lurk deeper in the woods. Seasoned wolf kebabs are a house favorite. Sure, I can make you some, but first I'll need the supplies. Bring me 5 wolf steaks. The dire wolves near the river north of town are good to hunt. I wouldn't stray too far into the woods if I were you. The skirt steak's the best part. It's not an efficient way to cook, though. Here, have this recipe. It's a little different, but the flank meat's easier to come by when you really need a meal. I'll let you on a little secret. Dusky crab cakes are really made from spider meat. I know it's a bit disgusting, but the cakes have a nice, tangy flavor and make great snacks. If you want to try some still, I'm afraid I'm all out of meat. I need some lump meat to whip up a few more cakes. Venom web spiders are a good source. They nest to the north between the foothills and the river. Ah, yeah, a lump you have there. Let me just get this seasoned with my secret spices. No looking, and get them to skittering on the skillet for a while. And although dusky crab cakes are my specialty, I won't give out the recipe. Here's the recipe for a dish that's almost as good. Darkness seems drawn exorbitantly to Duskwood. Master Caravan's quest is the expulsion of evil and hearsay. Through our efforts are the people of Darkshire kept safe. You believe yourself worthy to join us? I once thought as you. Delusioned by the complacency of the watch, I joined Master Caravan. If you wish to prove yourself, it will not be through words. Test your strength against the Nightbane Worgen in Brightwood Grove. We'll see if you have what it takes to hunt these monsters. Impressive, adventurer. It would seem that you are capable enough to handle yourself. Perhaps a more suitable challenge can be found for one of your abilities. You want to know about Stalvin. You're not the first. You know, we get outsiders coming through asking about him every so often. Always outsiders. Everyone who lives here knows better. You're out of luck anyway. I'm missing half of the archives. Feral Worgen broke into the town hall not a few nights ago, tore the place to shreds. The documents you'll want are probably strewn all across Brightwood Grove by now. Deep in the woods to the west. Not worth it if you ask me. By the light, you actually went out and got it? I'm shocked. I suppose I owe you thanks for returning it to the archives. Hail, warrior. Care to lend a hand for the people of Darkshire? There's a huge ogre mound just down the hill there. The Splinter Fist ogres usually keep to themselves, but they've got bad habit of attacking travelers. Just the other day, I saw one drag off a poor man's horse for food. He's luckily left him behind. The Night Watch wants to only risk its few members in the defense of more immediate threats, me included. But if you kill some of those ogres for me, I'll pay you for your deed. I saw you drop a few of them from here. Nice work. Here's your reward on behalf of the Night Watch. A few weeks ago, I was picking herbs far from my house, and a band of ogres attacked me. I ran, and I was forced to leave behind a crate of precious tools and herbs. After they chased me off, the ogres swaggered back to the ogre mound in southern Dusk. I'm sure my crate is somewhere near the mound. Please, adventurer, retrieve this crate for me. I miss it sorely. Thank you, adventurer. You have more than earned your reward. Aha, happy nights ahead. I need a large amount of corpse weed for Master Harris's concoctions. It's difficult to obtain, but we can't let our supply dwindle. Corpse weed is tough stuff to tangle with. The plant will get you before you get it, if you're not careful. But if you'd like to help out, I'll eagerly pay you for any you gather yourself. You'll find plenty of it all over Jorgenstead to the southeast. I thank you, adventurer, and I'm sure the Worgen that may be returned to sanity with the potion this will make would thank you too. My kinsmen at Raven Hill are concerned with curing the feral Worgen in these forests. The condition itself cannot be lifted, but sanity can be restored to those not too far gone. While most here have proven beyond help, we can keep an eye out for those that retain vestiges of their mind, attachments to their old lives. I've seen a lone Worgen lurk in the Jorgen farmstead, digging in the pile of dirt between the buildings. Could you check out that pile and see if he's left anything? Sounds like a close call, but he ran off without harming you further? He might be still fighting it. Master Harris must know. Out here on the outskirts of town, it's a wonder the walking dead haven't eaten me. In fact, just yesterday, a pack of ghouls was pounding on the walls of my tower. I want to make an effigy, a kind of scarecrow for ghouls. To do that, I need some ghoul ribs. You can find plenty of them on the fetid corpses wandering Manor Mismantle grounds north of Darkshire. Get the ribs for me and I will repay you with some coin. Ah, thanks. These will do just the trick. Take this note to Ello Elbenlock, the mayor of Darkshire. He and I are old friends, and when he reads it and discovers what you did for me, I'm sure he'll be just as happy as I am. Ha 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 ha. Ella looks at the letter and immediately pales. You fool, you doomed us all. You're not the first to be manipulated by Abercrombie. That dodding old man is known as the Embalmer to us. He's a vile necromancer and a blight upon this town. And now, sewn together and given life by the very materials you brought him, his horrible creation approaches. That hideous creature will be upon us in mere moments. If you have any heart, adventurer, you'll help the Night Watch drive off the abomination and save our town. Thank the light he's gone. I'll say you've made amends by helping save the lives of those here, adventurer. I'm afraid you're all I've got to help here, adventurer. Stormwind's forces are so taxed by greater evils that they can't spare a single footman to protect Darkshire. It's up to me and the rest of the Night Watch to keep our homes safe. There's more threats here than just wolves. Unfortunately, rotting horrors roam near Blind Mary's hut on the southeast outskirts. If they're not kept in check, they'll be visiting our homes in the night. Deal with the undead and report back to me for your bounty. Splendid adventure. For your service to the people of Darkshire, you shall be rewarded. My gnomish friend Cog has promised to help me build a device which will let me peer towards the stars. According to Cog's blueprint, what I need first is a way to reflect light. I remember a woman by the name of Mary who became known around these parts for always carrying a looking glass. Perhaps you can track Mary down and see if she might lend us a reflective surface for this project. I believe she once resided in southern Duskwood. Why yes, I used to own a looking glass. The looking glass was one of my finest treasures until the incident. After that happened, I discarded it behind the barn. There was an insane ghoul who used to roam back there. Perhaps he picked it up. Rumor has it, the devilish beast resides in the Tranquil Gardens Cemetery. Most superb. This will work perfectly. Many thanks. The Worgen infestation stretches further than Brightwood Grove, to the south, of the very edges of Darkshire itself. The Rotting Orchard is host to even more of the savage beasts. The Worgens there are more cunning adventure, but just as savage and evil. They conjure foul shadows to tear their enemies apart from a distance. Go to the Rotting Orchard and slay the Shadow Weavers to keep the town safe. You performed well against the Shadow Weavers, adventurer, but even now, years after their first arrival, there seem to be so many to replace ones we kill. I will put my faith in the Master Caravan. No doubt he will get to the bottom of the problem. If you're that serious about this, I'll help you, adventurer. I know where the other documents must be. I'm just too terrified to do anything about it. There's only a few places that those horrible Nightbane beasts gather when they're not prowling the forest. One of them's the Rotting Orchard to the south. They use the buildings there as their dens. So if they haven't just eaten the other documents, you might find one there. But you'll have to search their lairs thoroughly, I wait. This was all you found? That's bad news, I'm afraid. There's even fouler undead left to deal with, adventurer. Tranquil Garden Cemetery, further south of town, is a place you don't want to be caught in at night. The bones that rise from the ground there are cunning enough to remember how to swing an axe or cast a spell. I shouldn't need to explain how dangerous that makes them. Proceed with caution. But remember, the people of Darkshire that will suffer if you falter. The people of Darkshire thank you, adventurer. You have proven yourself to be a great ally of the Night Watch. Your previous accomplishments have convinced me that you are ready to take on the toughest Worgen infesting the woods. Of the Worgen that have made their home, the Vile Fangs and the Tainted Ones have proven the most dangerous. They've settled down near some of the caves and in the mine to the south. From far away, you can even see the light from their bonfires. Adventurer, to be honest with you, I did not believe that you would get this far, but you are clearly a warrior to be reckoned with. In fact, if you wish to formally join Master Caravan's struggle, I will gladly write you a letter of recommendation. This isn't all of it. You should let it go, adventurer. The only place left to look is Roland's Doom. That's the mine south of town and the largest lair of the Worgen in Duskwood. Nobody in Darkshire has ever made it back from that place alive. In fact, some of the records I have here imply that that's where the monsters first came from. Who knows the evils lurking in there? Please, adventurer, just give up. Let's just forget about this whole thing and never speak of it again. You actually went and got it? I don't know whether to call you brave or insane, but once again, my archives thank you. Now there's just one more item needed to complete this device. Cog's blueprints calls for a lens of some sort. The only lens I know of that would be large enough will be very difficult to acquire. There's an ogre by the name of Zizarak Vul who resides in the mound in southern Duskwood. If you can, bring to me his monocle, and I will use that as our lens. At last, the stargazing device is complete. Thank you, adventurer. Now I can continue my research. Here you go, adventurer. Bring this message to Master Caravan. He quickly removes a piece of faded parchment and offers it to you. A few more like you, and we will outnumber the Night Watch. Perhaps then we could complete the work that we few carry on today. Excuse me for my cold reception, adventurer, but as I'm sure you can tell, I am an extremely busy man. I see that you have impressed Calor, and I assure you that is no small feat, and that he has given his recommendation. There are unsavory types afoot, adventurer, and we can use the help of all who have proven themselves. We battle against demons, the undead, and those who would provide them aid. Be vigilant, be wary, and trust none who would not give aid to our cause. Glory under the light. You've recovered everything, everything except the last page, which I got right here. Don't look at me like that. You'll understand when you read it. Some even say it's cursed. You know, in fact, I was relieved when the Worgen broke in and made off with these. Take it. Take all of it. In fact, I thank you for recovering my archives, but I don't want anything to do with this ever again. Please, just leave me be. I can't thank you enough. I had hoped for this to be a joyous reunion, but the more I learn, the less glad I am to have asked. But I must know. This can't be. My brother was strong-willed, but such villainous, such sickness and violent, bloody evil? Tobias brings a hand to his face, averting his gaze. I must have answers. I need to know how I got that letter. I need to know if Stalvin really did this. I need to know why. Take my ring, adventure. Bring it to Madame Eva, the woman who is a follower of old arts and makes no secret of it. Call it madness, but I'll try anything at this point. How interesting. It's been quite a while since I've seen such a ring. I'm afraid I cannot give Tobias the answers he seeks. But I can help you find the only person who can. Stalvin Mistmantle. Take the ring into the woods to the east, to the manor Mistmantle, where Stalvin's body was buried. Enter and hold the ring before you. Let the waning moon pour its light through the ring, and the spirits will answer your call. Take heed, adventurer. The questions of the living can offer more comfort than the answers of the dead. Master Harris may have been right. I would have been better to leave the past behind. I've got a new life now, whether it's that of a monster or of a man. It's up to me. As for you, I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. Regardless of the outcome, please take this with my thanks. Master Harris will want to know of this immediately. Here, take this package of corpse weed down the road to the camp at Raven Hill. Tell him what we saw at the Jorgenstead. Welcome to our humble camp. I wouldn't call it pleasant, but it's at least somewhat private. Beg your pardon, Worgen at the farm? This is a tragic land with a history of violence and despair. While many of the dead roam in the flesh, some are simply lost souls, wandering in confusion. They deserve to be at ease. Many of these souls gather at the Adelstead to the south, appearing before travelers. Take the censer of holy incense, sway it before the forlorn spirits, and let the offering of its gentle scent give them peace. You have brought peace to those who know only misery. Adventurer, be proud. What we do here is not a cure. The transformation cannot be removed once inflicted. But the mind can be restored through alchemy. If enough is left intact, the Worgen you've encountered sounds like he's fighting to stay aware. Adventurer, we've got to find him again. If he's fled the Jorgenstead, search the Adelstead to the south. He may be lurking in one of the buildings. Inject him with this ample to tranquilize him. You'll need to be quite close. You've got him. No time to lose. Then we'll prepare to administrate the serum right away. Jitters, get ready. Master Harris requires many reagents for his serum. He has me gather them for him. Most of it's not so bad. I mean, the corpse weed is pretty bad, but it's not as bad as the widow venom. Have you seen the widows around here? The hatchlings are the size of a man. Even with a gun, I can't stand to go out hunting them. It's just too terrifying. If you'll go do it for me, I'll gladly pay you. Just bring me back some widow venom. You'll find them all in the woods to the east, just north of the road. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You've saved me from having to go out in the woods with those awful things. At least for the day, that is. I'm hopeful, but let's remain professional. It's business as usual for this one. Into the guillotine he goes, and if the alchemy doesn't take, he won't be getting it back out of it. Jitters and I will attend to this. Please stand back and watch from a safe distance. Success, finally. I can't thank you enough for giving me the chance to work the cure myself. Our new friend may be in need of some help as well. You might want to speak to him. I'm afraid that, I'm just plain afraid. But I'm also sorry to have to ask for another favor. Master Harris needs brains. Big bear brains. They're part of the serum, apparently. Or at least proper substitute. There's plenty of black bears in the woods to the west and along the riverbank. But I can't do it. I'm too terrified to go out there and face those huge things. Even with a rifle, please let me pay you to bring me back some. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I never thought I'd be happy to smell those brains, but I am now that I didn't have to get them. Here's your reward. Before I was lost to the woods, the last thing I remember is Montfell. He was a vile necromancer and the reason this land swarms with so many vile undead. I asked an adventurer to help me put an end to him. I thought they did, but Sister Evelsting tells me the land still crawls with ghouls and specters ripped from the grave. Morbid Fell should have breathed his last in the house of Forlone Row, north of the Raven Hills Cemetery. Go there and see what's become of him. His clothes and bloodstains? If it's not tricks, it's something worse. Can you hear them, adventurer? There's so many of them. They wander their graves, shuffling across cold ground on rotting limbs. The dead cry out in the still air. They suffer in their own flesh, forced from sleep. Every night I venture to the graveyard to put more of them to rest. But it's never enough. Help me, adventurer. Put the ghouls that swarm Raven Hills Cemetery out of their misery. Strike down as many as you can. The cries grow softer for now. Light bless you, adventurer. The others here share my suspicion. Morbid Fell lives on in undeath and may be even more powerful than before. A necromancer was struck down, but a lich may have risen in his place, and now he continues to ruin this land. I remember Duskwood before all this, adventurer. I remember bright skies and peaceful woods. This can't stand. Morbid Fell must be stopped for good. Speak to Sister Eligstein. Her vision might guide you to where Morbid is and how he can be defeated. It's heartening to see one so recently recovered be so concerned with the plight of others. Sven spares himself suffering by not dwelling on his own misfortune. Sven is correct. I can feel the presence of a more powerful evil deep beneath the Raven Hill Cemetery. Evil lurks in its catacombs, and Morbid Fell must be the source. You will need the power of the light to strike him down, adventurer. Sven told me the heroes who first slew Morbid Fell wielded an artifact of light-forged iron, imbued with holy power. The artifact is still here. I can feel it well. A glimmer of light amidst the darkness. Search Raven Hill for it and let the light guide you through it. Buried in the cold dirt, you find a brilliant metal shaft, but there are holes where pieces of the artifact are clearly missing. In front of you, the bare earth slopes down towards the dark entrance of the crypts. You can feel the tug of the light-forged artifact urging you towards it. Perhaps the other piece is down there. In the dirt of this alcove, your eyes catch the shrine of brilliant metal. You've found another piece of the artifact. You attach the arch to the rod and the artifact is nearly complete. A large gap still sits at the center of the holy symbol's head. Once again, you feel it tug your arm, urging you towards the hole in the wall, winding tunnel ahead. The last piece must be through there. In the darkest depths of this earthen tunnel, you spy the faint gleam. The last piece is found. The pieces fit and the holy artifact is restored. Gleaming with sacred light, this should let you defeat Morbid Fell's dark magic. Further down the tunnel, away from the direction you came from, a heinous cackle rings out. It's a clattering laugh of a lich. Morbid Fell is just ahead. May the disgusting monster stay dead this time. I'll head down there and scatter his remains to ash myself. Adventure, you've done a great thing. Perhaps in time, Duskwood can return to its former peaceful state. The weathered grave marker reads simply, Morgan Lattimore. Upon further examination, you notice the dirt over the grave has been recently disturbed and that a good amount of dirt seems to have been displaced. Morgan Lattimore? Ah, yes, of course. His was a long and sorrowful tale. I knew him well before he left for the war, but that was the last time I saw him. A noble and good man he was, but he suffered a bad end. Here, I should have something here that can tell you the tale better than my own recollection. He searches through the shelves and comes up with a leather-bound book. If you would like to know more, you might ask Althea. She's been the one to handle the trouble with him of late. Morgan, never heard of. Oh, you mean Morladium. I guess you haven't heard the story. Well, I'll give you a short version. A powerful undead calling itself Morladium has been wandering Duskwood. From what we've gathered, it appears to be the undead body of Morgan Lattimore, of whom apparently you know. He's been causing us all sorts of problems, attacking watchmen on patrols and killing people. She sizes you up. You seem to be capable enough. Maybe you could lay him to rest. From what the scouts tell me, Morladium wanders throughout Duskwood, following a strange and meandering path through the cemetery. We buried him out past the house on the hill. You know where that is? There isn't anything I can do to help you, but I wish you good luck. You killed him? That's no small accomplishment, adventurer. On behalf of the people of Darkshire and the Night Watch, I thank you. And there's one small matter, however. I should have told you this earlier. How do I put this? Morgan may have believed that his family was all dead, but in fact his daughter Sarah Lattimore is now a watcher. She's always been troubled by the circumstance surrounding her father's death. Perhaps you could go to bring the news to her? Yes, my father? Her eyes become downcast. I wish there was something I could have done for him. If only I had talked to him before he... Here, take this. Lay it on his grave. Maybe somehow he'll know that I'm okay and that none of us hold him responsible for what happened. There are tears in her eyes now as she slides a ring from her right hand and presses it into you. And thank you, adventure. A ghostly voice sounds on the wind. This is Sarah? Could it be? She's still alive? The weight is removed from my shoulders. Adventure, take my sword, Arceus. As my soul is put to rest, I have no more need for it. It was forged to do good, and though I have proved myself unworthy to hold it, perhaps you will carry on the light through it. Several years ago, Stormwind's captain Curzon brought a brigade into Stranglethorn Vale on a mission whose details are still murky. Curzon swiftly descended into madness, as did his men, except for a few rebels who made it their mission to undo the evils that Curzon had wrought. As I had said, that was years ago. I am now hearing rumors that Curzon is dead, but those rebels still persist at their rebellion. If you wish to investigate, you'll find them at the camp on Stranglethorn's northern border. Welcome to our camp, adventurer. You can't have arrived at a better time. Okay guys, well that's the end of Duskwood and the Westfall achievement. For some reason they were put together. I thought Duskwood would have had Defias in it since the achievement was tied together. But needless to say, we're done with Duskwood and now we're making our way into Northern Stranglethorn Vale. We're here with Lieutenant Doran. Next episode we'll get into it, see what's going on in Northern Stranglethorn. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a big thumbs up down below. It helps out a ton. If there's anything I can do to make these videos more entertaining for you, leave a comment down below. And I hope you guys are subbing so you guys get every notification of every upload I do. Again, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day. Peace.